under the bright lights of the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. It's Berg Hockey Live for this late night on a Tuesday. I'm Matt Gajtka with Brian Mitchell, bringing you PIHL Single A play this evening. Two first-place squads in Single A going head-to-head. North Catholic trying to defend its perfect record here at UPMC 66, whereas Indiana, the visiting team this evening, is going to try to hold off a couple of teams on their heels in Class A Northeast Division. As for North Catholic, dressed in the white with the red and the gold, this evening it's been a spectacular introduction to varsity hockey. The program started 4 years ago as a JV unit, and under Coach John Hoffman this year has made the jump to varsity, and just the one blemish on the record, and that came on the road. One other loss in overtime at Westmont Hilltop a couple of weeks back. But overall, Brian Mitchell, like I said, a special start to a varsity program here, trying to create their tradition, are the Trojans. And with just 4 games left before the playoffs, this team is 20 points ahead of its nearest competition in the Northwest Division.
Yeah, you say that. You bring in the fact of the team coming into varsity this season. They were going to try to do it last year, couldn't drum up enough support amongst their players, decided to stay at the JV level, and I was actually able to cover this matchup last year at the JV level. A lot of the same faces for these two now, North Catholic, Indiana, and it's a beautiful thing to see these, especially a program who had the history before, left for a while, decided to rebuild it and come back in the last couple seasons. Of course, they left in the early 2000s, I believe, from the varsity level, and they exited, and then grassroots recreated their program, brought it back up, and here they are undefeated in their first year as a pure squad.
It's been something to see, especially the goal differential. You talk about the record 14-1-1, also outscoring opponents by 40 on the aggregate this season and averaging nearly 5 goals per game while allowing just 2. That's a surefire formula for success. And last night, it's a rare back-to-back situation for North Catholic, because less than 24 hours ago, they were down in Wheeling at West Banco Arena to take on Wheeling Catholic Central, and the Trojans took care of business, winning that 11-2. Dominic Desort, the leading scorer on this team, picked up a hat trick in the first period. Also, 4 other players with 3 points. Tay Melis, Ro Alessandro, Evan Robbins, and Quentin Schaefer cashed in with 3 apiece, and Luke Gartner, the sophomore forward, had 2 goals as well. And in goal will be Chris McFadden. He's the only goalie to play this season for North Catholic. 16 appearances at 14-1-1 record. How about a .934 save percentage? Sparkling there, including 3 shutouts. On the other side of the ice tonight, dressed in the black with the red and the white trim, the Indiana Indians, coached by Jordan Haynes, who's been at the helm of this program for the entire decade. The Indians have a record of 8-5-3, just 1 point up on Kiski and 2 up on Fox Chapel in the Class A Northeast Division. It's a 4-team division in Class A of the non-Wheeling squads. So you have to finish in the top 2 of each of these 4-team divisions to make the postseason. Indiana's still in first, but not out of the woods by any stretch. And since a 4-0-1 start, Mitch, they are 4-5-2. So it's been up and down, and talking to Coach Haynes this afternoon while they were on the bus here, about a 2-hour ride, by the way, so not easy for this late night drop of the puck. Coach Haynes was saying that it's been discouraging to see the team go up and down, and a lot of times it depends on the night which Indiana team is going to show up. So, of course, he's hoping for their best effort tonight. They're going to need it.
Yeah, we talked about that a couple weeks ago. I covered Indiana, I believe, at South Park, and they were discussing the same thing. It was a battle of who were the top 2 teams at that time in those 2 divisions. Of course, Thomas Jefferson taking off on that run. And Kiski's been coming on late, too, in this division, so you can't outsource the points here. So you got a team that is now in first place. They have secured first place. They have actually secured first place since basically Christmas. So this is a chance to be able to make up those points. Maybe jump on a North Catholic squad who played a little bit last night and had a little, is maybe a little bit tired for a late start after a little bit of time at, in Wheeling. So we'll see how it plays. We're going to drop the puck here, Legend.
Soon, and very soon, Cody Brightbill will put the disc down right on the Penguins logo, right on the belly of the bird. And we're off and running. Berg Hockey Live from UPMC Sports Complex up in Cranberry Township. North Catholic working from right to left in the white jerseys and Indiana in the black. And the Indians have first crack at possession here, Orlando Clark. One thing to think about for both teams, very young. North Catholic just has 3 seniors. Indiana has 2, and one of them plays regularly. So looking ahead to next season, in addition to hoping for the best for the end of the 2019-20 campaign.
Yeah, we're up here really high, so this camera angle is going to be a little tough whenever they go right in front of us along the boards. I'm trying to keep it even for everybody, so pay attention as we move along.
Ben Nettleton snapped the shot high. And back at center, Michael Castro stick handling and holding on to it for Indiana. Littleton helps out, makes a strong move. Littleton 1v3, stripped of the puck. Here comes Dominic Desort in alone, and he shot it wide. I don't think Seamus O'Connor, the sophomore goalie, got a piece. O'Connor, .824 save percentage on the year. He was up to the task there, at least intimidating enough to force the wide shot from Desort. So the first grade A chance goes to the Trojans of North Catholic. Located just down the road here on 228. Denny Williams, first shot on goal, goes to the Indians though, and that's melted down by Chris McFadden. 15:36 remaining in the first period.
A little back and forth, Indiana getting the early opportunities here. North Catholic jumping on anything that they can get. You're going to see that pendulum swing a little bit back and forth here, getting to feel each other. First time they've met this season, so, and the only time on this season unless these teams meet up in the postseason.
Clean face-off win. Another shot on target by Tanner Agnello this time. One of the 2 Agnello triplets who made varsity, Tanner and Ethan, both junior forwards. And it's back to Tanner Agnello once more. Pick free by Wood, handing over to Eisenhower. Another snapshot. 3 shots in a row for the Tribe, and all 3 stopped by McFadden.
Indiana likes a quick attack. They're a team that can really turn around off of the rush, and especially if they can get set up in the offensive zone, they're really good at the cycle. Pay attention for that.
Woods, a wrister, that hit a leg in front of the net. Here's the only senior skater for Indiana, Owen Leidick, playing it forward. Williams nearly had that pass come through to him, but Owen Walser got a piece for North Catholic. To the far corner, and Agnello. And Leidick. Half slapper, didn't get all the way through. That was blocked down by Mario Smith, sophomore defenseman. And he ices the puck for North Catholic. 2 minutes and 2 seconds into this one.
Yeah, you talk about Indiana in that they're good cycle and able to jump on opportunities. North Catholic, wait for their transition and watch them as they come across the neutral zone. They like to confuse defensemen. It's going to be interesting to see how that works against this young defense for Indiana.
Both teams score a lot. Both teams average exactly the same number of goals per game, 4.9. That's 6 out of 20 teams in Class A. But North Catholic has been far better at the defensive end. But here are the Indians again. Wilson score! Counterattack chance. Corbin Wilson, the sophomore, rings up his 8th goal of the year. And with 14:42 left in period number 1, it's Indiana on top after the long bus ride. They're ready to go.
As I just said, watch that transition on the opportunities. Comes into the top of the circle and just fires a snapshot off the outside of the post and in. 1-0 Indiana.
Well, John Hoffman, the North Catholic coach, was worried about the start in general and also the final 4 games overall for this team. He wants them to peak at the right time. They're clearly going to make the playoffs. That's been assured since the midpoint, if not earlier, of this 20-game season. But tough to maintain your focus sometimes, especially when you have no one breathing down your neck in the standings. As I mentioned, 20 points ahead of the nearest pursuer in the division. That's Blackhawk. Right wing half boards, shot gets rejected, and here are the Indians again. This time it's Colton Rako breaking back. Rako pass near side and unable to get that clean shot away, Orlando Clark. But now here's Wilson again. Wilson, the goal scored. A Clark right back to Wilson in the face-off circle. His backhand play deflected. Leidick will toss it high in the air to the cross corner where Nettleton will possess it. Nettleton handed it right over, though, to Mario Smith. Smith, leading goal getter and point scorer on the blue line for North Catholic. Left it behind, but now here's Desort trying to make a pass to the pinching Smith. Smith will catch up to it in the corner and put it right on net. Save made by O'Connor. Rebound loose. Put in! Knocked out of the air, I think, by Dominic Desort. And it's a quick response. 1 minute and 1 second after the Indiana goal, the Trojans get the equalizer in hasty fashion. Desort, his 16th of the year, tying Quentin Schaefer for the team lead.
Right place, right time. Went to the slot. Pass came out of the corner, right into the slot. Was just there, able to just chip it over, and it's 1-1 here at UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex.
Hope you brought your score sheets.
Hope you have enough space.
Only time I ran out of space this year was for the All-Star game. I have 14 spots, but if these two teams meet their season averages, there's going to be 12 on the board tonight. Here we go with Jonathan Faluzas trying to drag it ahead. He did pull it into the offensive zone, but not with possession. It's dispatched by Zach Brody. And Indiana's Evan Agnello is bumped down. Puck comes loose to the near side wall. Evan Robbins relays it out high, couldn't get it out. Trying again here is Brock Varley. Varley unable to clear it as well, and a sharp angle chance from Zach Brody is pinned to the chest by Chris McFadden, and one of the Trojans ended up in his own net, but the whistle was going to sound anyway.
That was Desort just taking a little bit of a seat inside his own net. A little shady there. We'll be okay. You don't need to go 20 degrees in the shade here. Don't worry.
I told you there were bright lights here at the Lemieux
yeah.
complex. Not complaining about that. Backhand chance off a blocked shot. Tanner Agnello, though, couldn't get it through. On the back pedal, the Indians set it up again. Michael Castro looking cross rink here to Daniel McAnulty. McAnulty leads the parade back. Flipped it in. Eisenhower gathers right in front of the net. It comes loose again, and a great chance that stopped. To the point, score! Tanner Agnello. What an offensive start to this game. He got a fortunate Karaman from about 35 feet out. Put it glove hand on McFadden for a 2-1 Indiana lead. 12:35 left in the first.
Well, you were worried about those offensive averages showing up tonight, and we're only about 4.5 minutes in. We've already got 3 up on the board, so tune in. You've got a good game going on tonight here at Lemieux Sports Complex.
Agnello's 7th, his 22nd point, has Indiana back in front. And this team is locked and loaded at the moment. Leidick will take this. He's under duress from Michael Manapelli, but made the play up ice at least. No icing here against the Indians. I'm Matt Gajtka with Brian Mitchell alongside. Proud to bring you a single header tonight on this Tuesday. Brian was down at the Ice Castle in Castle Shannon last night, and we're here in Cranberry.
Let's not talk about that.
I just wanted to let people know that you're busting your butt to bring the best of PIHL coverage locally.
There we go
Evan
again.
Robbins couldn't get it through the neutral zone. Leidick tried to shove it to the front. That didn't happen. Turning is DeZola, and DeZola, working in his own zone, was spun around and tripped up a little bit, ended up going on his own goaltender, and McFadden held on to it to get the face-off in his own end. Coach John Hoffman of North Catholic wants his team to play aggressive and fast. You hear that from a lot of coaches these days. You don't hear many coaches saying they want to play slow, but I think they do want to press the issue on the forecheck. The problem is they haven't had that much of an opportunity tonight because Indiana has turned it up ice quickly. They played fast on their own. Shots are 10-1 Indiana. Score is 2-1. Clark boots it along, little soccer play. Didn't quite work out, but Mario Smith is pressured to chopping that into the corner. And a quick centering play from Nettleton. Tries again. Does Nettleton. He gets that shot on line from point blank, but not a lot on it. Glove down by McFadden.
Yeah, you think about it, you know, East-West showdowns, a possibility of what's going to happen. You could see this in the final. This is a feasible finals matchup. It's an East-West format in the postseason, so you have an opportunity to see these two teams once again come play here on the opposite rink on our backsides here.
Yes, we are in the FedEx rink, if you're familiar with the facility here, the second sheet, not the one that the Penguins practice in. Not sure if that rink even has a name over there.
Over there, it does, actually. I just don't know which. I can't tell you right now. Is it the UPMC rink? I'll have to go check that during the intermission.
Sounds right.
I think it's the UPMC rink.
Yeah, they've got their name on the building. Why not put it on the rink over there, too? Desort pass to a vacant corner, and so it's McAnulty. You can tell he loves to charge up ice with it from his defensive spot. To the middle, and a shot from Agnello. Ethan Agnello was blocked at the point of attack. Good job there from Walzer to get in the way, but again, North Catholic has iced the puck and the Trojans on their heels despite getting an early goal from their top gun, Desort.
I thought I hit the button for the 2 spot for the Indians. I didn't do that yet, so it is. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. A lot going on. There's a little tight quarters here for me to be able to be updating things. I got to step between 2 chairs on this rink to be able to turn the camera and do the studio stuff.
Turning shot by Eisenhower. Careened into the corner. Eisenhower pulls it loose, though. To the point, it's Wood. Tees one up, and it's blocked. Good 2-legged block there from Tay Malis, sophomore with 18 points on the year. Back to the North Catholic line. Eisenhower takes it. Bouncing shot. Oh, my, a little friendly deflection from Tor Winland. And again, McFadden has to hold on. He's been a little too active for his taste and for North Catholic's taste in general. 7 minutes in, 10:05 to go in the first, to be exact. (9:10) start here. As I mentioned, almost a 2-hour drive for Indiana, so though they came this far, they might as well win it. I'm sure that's the mentality over there. It's going to be a late night.
The bus rides are so much better after a W.
Particularly the 2-hour ones. Colton Rako, freshman for Indiana. High riser, too high. Over the top of McFadden as well. To the point, Zach Wood looking for Rako, but his deflection went wide. Walzer. Up the far wall, Ian Doherty spun out, dropped down to his butt. No call. Nothing yet in this game from referees Music and Brightbill. Wood will backhand. This settles right at the goal again. McFadden. Again, shots are 12-1. The only shot for North Catholic went in off the stick of Dominic Desort, and that was a midair swat. Brody to the slot. Agnello on target with a shove shot, and McFadden again hangs on.
Let's talk about the forecheck of Indiana here real fast. They have been really good between the circles, keeping that puck down low, especially when North Catholic tries to get possession and out. They always have at least 1 or 2 players on every puck carrier, and it's just been a trouble spot for North Catholic so far. Indiana's pinning them in.
Drive goes wide. Evan Robbins. Desort relaying on through to Varley, his line mate. Brock Varley chases in after it. 1-on-2 back there. Varley laid a nice check, but the puck came loose, and Indiana's going north with it once again. Danny Williams couldn't get a clean shot off on the forehand side, left wing. Tanner Agnello, dish to the corner. It slid by Williams, but it'll be Eisenhower keeping it alive below the face-off dots. Evan Robbins tries to help out for North Catholic. Centering pass, Eisenhower had his stick lifted by Desort at the last second, or else that would have been trouble. And a possible 3rd goal for Indiana. Winland, Tor Winland. Bad pass up the middle. Agnello just missed. That's Tanner Agnello. Jack Mock plays it ahead for Indiana. Eisenhower chipping it into the air. Desort wants to take matters into his own hands here. Hard to blame him. It's been a tough start for his squad. Now 9 minutes into this one. 2-1 Indiana. From the McDonald's logo, Eisenhower serves one high in the air off the glass. Manapelli. Michael Manapelli. Again, handed it over. Indiana's closing down all the options, it seems, right now, coming out of the zone for North Catholic. But here's Malis. Malis stripped from behind. It's good forward checking and good back checking right now for Jordan Haynes' Indians. They're on fire to start this one. They'd love to get a 3rd goal, obviously, against a potent offense like North Catholic's. Clark, little dipsy-do move to the inside, but the puck drifted off his blade and right in on McFadden again. He takes no chances.
You got to love a good old dipsy-doodle there. You know, I love them. They're fun. It's a fun little play coming around, and just a nice little deke to the inside, try to get around a defender. Just puts it on net to hold on to. Easy shot.
This is the last action of the week for both teams. I mentioned, though, North Catholic played last night, and, well, for the moment, they look like it. Another centering pass gets through, but Nettleton couldn't turn it on goal. He was in an awkward spot. Indians maintain possession. Wood closes, shoots, save made. McFadden, loose puck at the top of the blue paint. McFadden falls down, and it's under him somewhere. Whistle sounds, ending play. Players coming together near the point of attack, but it doesn't appear anything will come of that.
McFadden having a hard time with the rebound control early here. Everything's bouncing off his chest and out. He's getting he's a little sluggish in net. Maybe it was the game last night that's starting to affect him a little bit.
You only had to make 14 saves.
Still got to stand in net.
But you do, right.
Yeah.
And again, a bus trip, about an hour and a half from here down to Wheeling.
That's the thing about goaltending, especially in games like that. Sometimes not seeing action's a little bit tougher than seeing all the action. And when you get cold like that and aren't able to move, that could take a toll on you worse than actually moving around and being a little bit loose and limber.
Eisenhower took a check but made the play up ahead. Varley bumped him. And now North Catholic clears, courtesy of Tyler Pontello. From behind the goal, Christian Colafello reverses flow, but not on the money to Pontello. Again, the Trojans have to work to get it out of their end, and they still haven't done it. Eisenhower centering, intercepted by Varley. Again, given away though. Williams at the right dot, tried to kick it to his stick but couldn't do it. Drive on the one-timer by Tanner Agnello. Sticked away to the end boards by McFadden. 17 shots to 1 is your count right now. Pontello does clear right through his teammate Desort. It was deflected by an Indian, so no icing. Owen Leidick, the captain of the Tribe, makes a great lead pass to Eisenhower. Looked his stick handle around a man, Robbins. He didn't, but he was tripped. And there's our first penalty of the game with 5:44 to go in the first period.
He just came through the neutral zone and got the leg out there. The tripping call was pretty easy whenever you look at that. I'm looking at it on replay right now. Yep, he's got close to being called a knee there, but unfortunately he's able to get away with just the trip, and they're just going to get 2 here.
Sometimes a trip is with the stick, sometimes it's with the leg. That time it was with the leg. Both ways are a penalty. Clean face-off win by Indiana. The Indians put their power play to work. 22% on the year, that's 8th of 20 teams in Class A. Agnello, Tanner Agnello, put that one just over the crossbar from close range. He spun back to try to keep it in the offensive zone, but couldn't. It was flushed out by Vinnie Jackson of North Catholic. You're looking at Ben Nettleton making the pass over to Williams, right through the center of the offensive zone. Wilson scored the first goal of this game, knuckled that one through the low slot, and it's pinned down by McFadden. First penalty of the game goes to North Catholic. The North Catholic penalty kill, 84%, 4th best out of 20 in Class A, and also 4 shorthanded goals. Indiana's allowed 1 shorty on the year. Off the draw, another clean win. This time from Clark. Orlando Clark, backdoor score! Clark waited and found his man, Ethan Agnello, creeping in, uncovered the slam dunk finish. It's 3-1 Indians with 5:04 left in the first.
He just set up the play and ran the screen in front, brought all the momentum. Everybody came down to that defender, and they saw it, and Agnello just snuck in on the back post and took a pass. Perfect pass along. Just tucked it in behind McFadden for that 3-1.
Second power play goal of the year for Agnello. 12th point. 8th goal overall. Both Agnellos have goals in this one. Tanner and Ethan. Heard from in the opening frame from UPMC 66, and they want more. Ethan Agnello couldn't kick it along, though. To the point, Rako steps up. Boy, the Indians are just in sync. They're moving as a 5-man unit. It's beautiful hockey to watch at the moment. If you're an Indians fan, that is. Castro will shoot. That was blocked in front of the net by Walzer of North Catholic. Ro Alessandro unable to clear. Rako through a screen, put it right through the legs of Pontello. And the Trojan defender couldn't stop it, but McFadden had easy work from there. Brody goes wide with a shot from the left wing. Bumped out past center ice by Alessandro. The shots are 19-1. I've not seen a more lopsided period this season. I've called quite a few games at this point. Ethan Agnello takes the bank pass. Little geometry for Indiana. Agnello snapping one, but Evan Robbins put his stick in the way and deflected it into the screen. 4:01 to go in the first.
We mentioned it several times, but you got to think, are you a little sluggish coming out after a game like that? You know, you get an 11 spot the night prior. You know, you're not set up to play 2-2 games. Now, going down the stretch, you're going to see a lot of teams playing twice in a week, but you're not used to playing two games in 2 nights. And like I said, Indiana, urgency's there to be able to pull off a W here, especially in their division. North Catholic really just playing for pride right now for the remainder of the season and setting himself up for the postseason.
Faluzis wanted to pick his way between defenders for North Catholic. He ended up in the net. He almost wiped out Seamus O'Connor, the Indiana netminder. But O'Connor ducked out of the way. The net came off its moorings to our left. And ruled to be the fault of North Catholic's Faluzis. So the faceoff will be at center ice. Just couldn't stop as he tried to slam on the brakes. The only loss in regulation this season for North Catholic occurred on November the 19th before Thanksgiving. Here's DeZola with his team down 3-1. Stripped of the puck though. Owen Leidick couldn't clear. Pinching down the wall was Smith. Smith, who helped set up the first and only goal for North Catholic to this point. Wrister goes in! Evan Robbins shot it off the arm of O'Connor and it bobbled over the goal line. Just barely, but it counts all the same. 2 goals on 2 shots for North Catholic against the odds. The Trojans are staying in this one. 3:25 to go before intermission.
That's amazing. 2 for 2. You only get 2 shots on the period. Able to capitalize on both. O'Connor, maybe it's just because he's, like I said, you sit there for a while, you get cold, you don't see as much action, you don't get to see as much rubber. It takes a toll on you mentally, so you're not ready for that shot after, what was it, probably about 10 minutes between shots on game clock.
It's a 2-on-1, but Nettleton, couldn't make that cross-rink pass. He was under some pressure, to be fair. Ends up in the possession of McFadden again. So the North Catholic goal, Robbins, the sophomore defender, gets his 2nd of the year, 10th point to lead all defenders on the Trojan side of the ice. Castro from the point for Indiana. 14 minutes into this game, 5 goals on the board. Nettleton shooting and a blocker save by McFadden. To the corner, Orlando Clark. Made that brilliant pass on the power play goal. He dishes one in front this time. Nettleton, save McFadden. The 21st shot for the Indians in this period.
13 minutes, 35 seconds into the first period. Scored by
McFadden hanging in there, you know, basically getting let out to dry at this point. 21 shots in the first 15 minutes of this period. It's usually unheard of, especially against a team that is very, you know, as good defensively as they have been all season in North Catholic.
I thought it was going to be an icing here, but it's waved off. Gartner dumped it down for North Catholic. On the goal for the Trojans, Robbins from Desort, his 2nd point of the game, and also Brock Varley gets the secondary helper. 2:26 and ticking to go, and a high-scoring first period. Kind of thought we might see this. This attempted breakout does get through to the neutral zone off an Indiana stick. Vinnie Jackson pushed it ahead, but here are the Indians once again. Corbin Wilson laying it off the boards. Wilson wanted to drag it past a man, did, but ended up behind the net. Wilson, blind pass to the front, causes some chaos. Bumped out of there by Colafella. Rolling in on the Indiana cage, so no icing there. I don't know if you count that as a shot. I'm not sure I would. As of right now, it's still 2 for 2 for North Catholic. Goals to shots on goal. Mario Smith jams it hard all alongside the wood.
Counted.
Over in the corner, they did put it up on the board. I suppose if you're a strict constructionist, it is technically a shot on goal. Wood will shoot one. That's number 23 for Indiana, and that's kicked out by McFadden.
Crazy to get that on the road, too. You usually don't get that shot on the road. Try to save the shooting percentage.
Smith right up the middle, and the Tribe keep it alive again. Wood, bouncing shot, and this is redirected out of play by McFadden.
Yeah, hit the neshing and just fell down behind the glass here. Really cool thing about these 2 rinks, other than the, the benches here, they set up the glass exactly like the other rink, which is exactly like PPG Paint's arena. So this, for the practice purposes, they wanted a carbon copy if they ever needed to use it.
It's also my favorite rink to play pickup hockey on in the area. Ice is pretty darn good, as it should be up here. They have enough money.
Ouch.
Should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
No, ouch, it's awesome.
They
I'm
have
not complaining.
They have to present it. They have to present it the exact same as the other rink too. So it has
Looks
to be.
like a penalty coming, at least one, a hooking call against North Catholic's Desort. He's all over the score sheet in this first period. A goal, an assist, and a penalty. Not quite the Gordie Howe, but close enough. The high school version, I suppose.
Can't afford to get a Gordie Howe in high school,
No,
especially
you
this close
can't.
to the playoffs.
Not that I'm encouraging that either.
No, absolutely not. Saw a lot of that last night in the first game of the night, Bishop Canavan
Oh, is that right?
and Morgantown. Unfortunately, 4 ejections in that game, 4 game misconducts before the end of the second. Got a little bit crazy up in the bowl.
When you only play 20 games a season, that's tough to get kicked out early. I'll say that much. Williams for Indiana. Second power play underway for the visitors. They scored on the first one. Williams powering past Alessandro, getting it to the corner. Off to Wilson, a goal scorer in this game. Pass to a vacant point, but good hustle from Tanner Agnello to keep it alive and fling it to the right or left corner, pardon me. From that side, Varley will backhand safely to center. Under a half minute to go in the first period. Tanner Agnello to Wilson. Wilson thought about a pass, thought better of it. Now he dishes off to Williams. 18 seconds to go in the frame. No clock down to our right, so players have to be aware and look down to the far end of the ice if they're concerned about it. Now 10 seconds. Tanner Agnello down deep. Wilson to the middle. Eisenhower couldn't get that shot on line across his body. Agnello and Nettleton. Nettleton, one last-ditch effort to put it in front, couldn't do it. And a cross-check after the whistle from North Catholic's Mario Smith on a felled player. That was Eisenhower below the goal line. And it appears it'll just be a verbal retort from one of the referees as we have concluded 17 minutes of play. If you like offense, you like this one so far. 3-2 Indiana. Still a minute and 7 seconds left on the Indiana power play with top North Catholic scorer Dominic Desort in the box.
Yeah, you look at those shots, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't exactly see that coming in this first period. Indiana up 25-3 on the shots, and it hasn't even been close. I think if you were to look at the amount of time spent in the offensive zone for both teams, I think you're probably talking almost 14 minutes for Indiana so far, if I had to guess looking at it. I mean, they didn't spend much time in a neutral zone. The 2 rushes that they scored on, really, if you think about it, were under 30 seconds apiece. So it's definitely Indiana's dominated this game, and after playing last night, how, is it the effect of not being able to have, being burned out? And as long as you continue along this game, it's going to get worse. You got to be able to get your legs under. But you also have to maintain a little bit. Tomorrow's going to be a rough day for some of these players.
Especially early at school. I don't envy them in that regard. So
Yeah.
we'll switch ends here on the short break between the first and second periods.
I'll sign your excuse, kids.
Yeah, bring them on up here.
Bring them on up here. I'll sign them. I don't know if they'll go anywhere, but you can try.
At least it's something.
I'm not advocating not going to school. For all the parents out there, no, I'm not saying don't go to school in the morning. Sometimes I'm envious of how they are able to do this, especially Indiana. They got the 2-hour drive after this.
Yes.
And then have to get up and go.
Then roll into the cars and drive home.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be home by 12:30 tonight, but I'll also be, I have to roll out of bed at 7 and go to work. Anyway, second period. What do you got?
The story of our lives.
Yes.
Like sands through the hourglass.
They won't get that reference.
Well, someone out there might. We do ostensibly have people older than high school age watching these. Tanner Agnello back, and Indiana engaging the second half of its second power play. Top shooters out there, Corbin Wilson. Now 18 points on the season, including 8 goals. Laid it off, Danny Williams, playing the point here on the power play as a forward. Zach Eisenhower spins it in behind. Eisenhower, a special team standout so far this season, but he gave it away that time. But now he keeps it up in the offensive zone. Tanner Agnello shooting, deflected, oh, and a right past the stick of Wilson on the doorstep. Would have been a tap in, didn't pan out. Now Agnello shooting right into the crest of McFadden. Loose puck at the side, stashed over to the far side of the ice and put in, but no, McFadden's helmet had come dislodged, his mask laying on the ice, and so the player's safety whistle. And a tough break for Indiana because the Indians were buzzing around the net and they looked energized.
Yeah, McFadden scrabbling around. He's able to locate the puck. That's the one thing I've been noticing. His rebound control hasn't been as great today as it usually is as I've seen him, but he's able to locate the puck after that rebound, get that second and third save whenever it's more important, especially if you're out of position.
Indiana's already done what only 5 out of 16 opponents have done this year against North Catholic, and that's score 3. They go for 4 here. Tanner Agnello, another big boomer, and that's deflected to the corner by Walzer. Walzer trying to clear, can't do it. 9 seconds to go on Desort's penalty for North Catholic. Tanner Agnello in deep. Wilson chopped it up the wall. Nettleton, strong move, cutting in, kicked out by McFadden. Desort's out of the box. Indiana's cognizant of that, though. Tanner Agnello will shoot right back in. 30 shots have been taken on goal in this game. 27 of them belong to Indiana. 27-3 reads the shot counter. Incredible disparity, and it's just a 1-goal lead for the visitors. So if there is one discouraging thing, it's that. Agnello to the forehand, tried the flip shot short side. McFadden wasn't having it. Walzer will try to clear. It's up the far wing and kept in. Eisenhower centering. Agnello, that's Ethan Agnello, put it wide. From behind the net, Eisenhower tried a centering pass. That's blocked. He got it back. Rotated it around to the near side point. Brody through Eisenhower, but Ethan Agnello's on it. Back in front. Castro holding, driving, deflected out of play.
I thought maybe with the break there and the intermission that North Catholic would get a little bit of momentum coming out, especially after the power play expired, but it seems like it's a little bit of the same. Indiana just jumping on everything here early, and I'll tell you what, it's 3-2 now. If it continues this way, it's not going to be for long.
North Catholic has 3 games left to play. One back down at West Banco Arena next Tuesday against Wheeling Park. It'll be a tougher matchup there against the Patriots. And then Freeport and TJ, Thomas Jefferson. Looking forward to that matchup, too, to end the regular season.
That's the big matchup. That could be the semifinal matchup here in the west side of the bracket.
North Catholic just trying to find its legs, get it going. Trojans haven't had the jump. Malis dumped it in, but again, just down one chance, and Malis couldn't get it online. Malis to Mario Smith. The shot was blocked. Again, an opportunity to try to make something of the second chance, but Alessandro couldn't track that pass. Alessandro forechecking on Varley. Varley tried to reverse the flow and did well, but couldn't get it out. Fine hold from Evan Robbins. Robbins, good deke, open, he scores! We're tied at 3. Evan Robbins has a pair, 3 goals on 5 shots for the Trojans. 14-16 to go in the second.
Amazing, amazing jumping on those opportunities. Just fired a shot, and I don't know if O'Connor just missed it or what happened there, but definitely, I don't think he saw it, and it was right in front of him. He just let that one go over his glove. 3-3 here. And the North Catholic cheering section has heard from. They probably can't believe their boys are tied in this game, but they are. The only stat that truly matters at the end of the day has the 2 teams even though the game has been anything but. And you know the Trojans are dangerous. They put up 11 last night down in Wheeling. Here's a chance on a centering pass from Malis that popped off a skate wide of the net. Smith to the middle, one-timer by Manapelli. He fanned on it. Malis down deep, Michael Manapelli going after it. Now you see some of the jump return to the Trojans game. Alessandro swirling behind the goal. Tries to get a cycle going, Michael Manapelli. Malis, shooting score! Alessandro! North Catholic has its first lead. I have no words. It was just a beautiful cycle down low and a shot real low. O'Connor couldn't handle it. 4-3.
And you wonder if Indiana might be thinking about a timeout. Jordan Haynes has to be, in some instances, upset about how his team has allowed some prime scoring chances, but at the same time, the team's playing great otherwise. And overall, they've been the better team for maybe 95% of this game, and they trail 4-3. But still plenty of time left here.
Oh, yeah.
Corbin Wilson, run off into the ditch there, but he gets up and keeps the puck. The Trojans didn't know who was going to try to take that. Jonathan Faluzis now checks Castro up high, but the puck stays in the Trojan zone. Nettleton digs in. The handoff behind to Orlando Clark. Fan clearing attempt there from Tyler Pontello. Desort will skate over to it, and Desort hands off to Faluzis. Faluzis nudges it over the blue line. 12:41 to go in the second period. 4-3 North Catholic, despite being outshot 28-6 offside Trojans, and that shot bounced past O'Connor. He's not having the best night, it goes without saying. Owen Walzer just tested him. He didn't hear the whistle. And you see there Tanner Agnello giving some encouragement to the sophomore goalie O'Connor. O'Connor's the only goalie who's seen any action for Indiana this season, and
he's the only goalie dressed.
He's the only goalie dressed. I was just looking over at the bench. That's it, my friends.
Each team only has their starters dressed tonight.
It's got to be him if it's going to be anybody tonight. Well, that'll sober you up. Another offside against the Trojans. O'Connor made that stop on the center ice shoot-in by Luke Gartner. He of the 2 goals last night down in Wheeling.
And that's a good thing to actually get that little bit of a touch of the puck, especially after a rough start like that. You're going to want to be able to get any little bit of a momentum boost for yourself in net.
Well, I've talked up the shot disparity. It bears mentioning it's 4-3 North Catholic in this period, and the Trojans have the only 2 goals of this frame. O'Connor will glove it and hold it. Gets a snow spray, I think from one of his teammates, actually. That was Michael Castro, just trying to shield and protect. Indiana with a 3-3-1 record away from home, so technically more losses than wins if you factor in overtime. Indiana's record could look a lot different, though, if they'd been better beyond regulation. The Indians are 0-3 in OT and shootouts. So get a couple of those wins, and they'd be in great shape, maybe even close to clinching a playoff spot. As of right now, still just a couple of points ahead of third place. Tanner Agnello's backhand, handled by McFadden, but another loose puck in the slot. Trojans can't clear. McAnulty at the line. McAnulty banged it off the kick plate. In deep, Evan Robbins. Robbins on hat trick watch from the North Catholic blue line. McAnulty, high shot, hit his own man in front. That was Tanner Agnello. He appears to be okay, or pardon, that was Eisenhower, I should say, 19, not 15. On the regather, Mario Smith shot, and that's blocked in front. And that was Tanner Agnello who got in the way of that. Getting close to 11 minutes to go in the second period. North Catholic leads it on 3 consecutive goals. It's 4-3. A wild and woolly affair up in Cranberry so far. Tay Malis yanks it off the boards. Manapelli, this line combined for the previous goal for North Catholic. This is offside, says referee Music, and it appeared to be a correct call. Owen Walzer just pulled it back a fraction of an inch over the blue line. Indiana's got 6 players at a point per game or better. Same deal for North Catholic. Teams that probably aren't intimidated by trailing at any point in a game unless it's by, say, 3 with 5 minutes to go. So maybe we should have expected this type of a back and forth game. Zach Wood cracks it near wing, but closing that down for North Catholic is Pontello, stepping up from his blue line spot. Pontello will gather here and get things under control. His pass off the stick of Manapelli, deflected over toward the Trojans bench. But now it's scooped up by Orlando Clark. The junior leads the rush back. Wilson took a bump from Manapelli, but kept the puck moving ahead. Trojans couldn't get it out. A shifty touch out by the line. Wilson, big rip on the half slapper up high, but snapped up by McFadden. 10:04 to go in the second period.
The balance here has definitely shifted a little more towards the center, if not towards North Catholic in the last 5 or so minutes since that fourth goal. Getting a couple opportunities on O'Connor. See how Indiana bounces back here.
Coach Haynes of Indiana was talking about taking care of their own zone. And if you look at it from a quality or a quantity standpoint, they have done that. Just allowing the 8 shots to this point, nearing the midway point. McFadden handles this again. And honestly, both teams probably have something to be optimistic about because North Catholic knows it hasn't played near its best and it leads. And Indiana knows that if it keeps it up, it's got a better than average chance of pulling this one out despite trailing at this moment.
Yeah, you got to think the longer that this game goes, the more it's going to favor the Indians. After playing last night, the bus ride from Wheeling, for North Catholic, it's going to take a toll.
To the corner and Smith, the high toss down. On the chase is Faluzis. He'll force O'Connor to play it right to his teammate Desort. The shot was blocked. Rebound after Leidick got in the way of that one, and Desort shoved it wide. Man falls down for North Catholic, and Ethan Agnello got the forehand stuff away, but McFadden closed it down. McFadden already with 29 saves in this game, I should say, as they add the latest one. Desort spinning pass toward the slot, broken up. Here's Colton Rako. Rako a chance off the shoulder of McFadden. Puck stays alive. Smith goes cross rink. Ahead to Colafella, chasing to it, but O'Connor wins the race. It's up in the air. Colafella couldn't find it. But he dishes off to Varley. Varley in front! And I think Gardner got a shot away. Maybe it was off an Indiana skate. Either way, it ended up going on net. O'Connor hangs on.
He slid in there, got the shot off. O'Connor with a pad save, bounced back out. I think a skate bounced back on net. O'Connor was able to hold on to it. Good awareness by O'Connor there. Starting to get his groove back here.
Off the draw, Nettleton, over to Clark. At the point, Pontello drives to the far corner. Back there is Indiana's Castro. Castro to Wilson, turning, made a savvy little play, and now it's a possible 3-on-1. Clark waiting, wristing off the outside of the net. Might have been the best option at that point. North Catholic was back checking hard. Castro taking it at left point. Across to the right side. Shot from the point by Ethan Agnello. And smothered by McFadden. Just reaching the 10 o'clock hour here in Cranberry, PA at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. Practice home of the Penguins and the home of the Pens Elite grassroots youth program.
Slippery Rock University hockey too.
That's right.
Rock hockey.
Ed Major had our coverage up here a couple of days ago as what the Rock beat West Virginia in ACHA club action.
I went to Slippery Rock, and I still don't know what the actual nickname is for that school.
I was going to ask you that because I didn't know.
I think it's the Rock. I think it is the Rock.
Just the Rock?
Yeah, I know the high school's the Rockets.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I think the actual physical mascot's a lion, but
I do see the lion on the banner down there to our right.
I think it's Rocky the Lion is, I think, the name of the lion. Yeah, but it's not the Lions.
I once went to a University of Michigan football game, and they announced the Slippery Rock score. I don't know
They
if you
do
know
that
that
every
story.
year. Yes, they do. I know that story.
Something about, I believe the University of Michigan used Slippery Rock's stadium for something at some point, or maybe it was vice versa. But they've had that connection Just a fun fact.
Yeah, the football team was in the national championship tournament this year. I think they were in semifinals.
Boy, we're just dropping all sorts of knowledge here on this broadcast.
Yeah, why not?
Hockey related or otherwise. Two players are tied up down to our left behind the North Catholic net. This is another icing here against the Trojans. In the tangle was Corbin Wilson along with Evan Robbins, who is one of the more visible Trojans tonight with the 2 goals and now getting in the clinch there, but no penalties coming from that. 7:37 to go before the only real intermission in a PIHL game, which comes after 2 periods. Another clean win. Indiana's won a lot of offensive zone draws with no trouble. That's led to plenty of those shots and shot opportunities. They dump it in on the offside, so they tag up. Here's Smith under a little bit of pressure from Eisenhower. Eisenhower takes this from Tanner Agnello. Eisenhower to the forehand. Agnello over the top with a backhand. It went off the glass. Agnello, great pass. Here's Williams scoring to tie it at 4. Danny Williams, goal number 14 on the season. One of the usual suspects. And Indiana has recovered, and they've got it back even with 7:13 left in the second.
Ultimate opportunist there, just went to cut down from the circle, waited for it, and it just opportunity found him in the slot, and he was able to fire that one high and in. 5-5 here, or 4-4. I apologize.
Hey,
I thought
give it 2 minutes. It could be 5-5.
Give it a couple minutes, and we will be at 5-5.
Well, after the miss from Agnello, I know that his teammates on the bench had their hands in the air. They thought it was going in, but he kept churning, kept going, and then he made the pass to Williams on the backside. And Denny Williams found the net short side on McFadden. Ethan Agnello faked the shot, dished it in behind the net. Clark, Agnello turned it to the front. Back to Clark. Couldn't get the shot off. Now he centers and off to Agnello, and he put it on net, patted away by McFadden. To the point, McAnulty. Wide with the wrister. On this near side dugout, but given away to Nettleton of Indiana. His pass goes through Clark, but it banged off the referee's leg. Didn't benefit any team, really. And taken by Malis and shoved up ahead to Ro Alessandro, one of the goal scorers in this second period for North Catholic. It's 4-4. Indiana once led 3-1. North Catholic led 4-3. But now it's a new game. Malis on the bump with Nettleton. Nettleton kept his skates beautifully. Good strength in the lower body there from the sophomore forward. Clark chasing after his own dump-in. Orlando Clark, he's had plenty of the puck in this game. Tanner Agnello gets the secondary assist on the Williams goal. That's all I heard from the PA. It gets a little echoey in here, not the best acoustics. If I had one gripe about this facility. Icing here against Indiana. That'll bring the face-off back down to our right, just under 6 to play in the second. In a 4-4 game, the shots are still, well, out of the barn in favor of Indiana. 35-9 is the count. 10 in this period for Indiana, 6 for North Catholic. So the Indians have recovered from that short lull in this showdown of first-place teams in Class A. That hit what appeared to be the glass protecting the bench from the penalty area. Indiana nearly made a goal out of it. Oh, that would have been a controversial one. It still might be. Agnello, save made McFadden, who stood up at least on one leg to glove it down from Tanner Agnello, who's not going to get a better chance this game.
I didn't get a chance to see where the where it hit off of the glass over there, but
well, you see it's rounded there by the scorer's area and the penalty boxes, and I'm not sure what part of that is out of play, to be honest, because there's no real corner.
With the round, yeah, you don't know what you're looking at there, and I guess if it bounced back in, that's good.
I suppose so. That would have to be how you
play.
It. Another long drive from Ethan Agnello and quick whistle. McFadden wanted to keep it moving, but to no avail.
I would say to the first stanchion back, if it goes back behind the first stanchion that's behind the bench, then yeah, it would probably be out of play. But everything else is fair game, especially with that rounded edge.
Well, you spoke about trying to match NHL specifications. The NHL does have the curved glass. Remember the Max Pacioretty incident with Zdeno Chara a few years back? That's when they changed that. Pacioretty nearly got decapitated back when he was playing with the Canadians. He was ridden into that partition, for lack of a better term. The turnbuckle, as is sometimes referred to. by Bob Airy on Penguins broadcast.
We have a hooking call coming up here.
Seamus O'Connor hung on to the puck, and the guilty man for the first time tonight is wearing black. Zach Wood off for hooking. Cody Brightbill, the referee, makes that call. And North Catholic can put its power play to work at long last with 5:07 to go in the second. The Trojans' power play at 21%, 9th out of 20 teams. Penalty kill for Indiana, 82%, 8th out of 20. Shot right off the draw by Faluzis. Karam's back to the point. Evan Robbins put it into the mix. That didn't get through either. Desort in front of the net, bouncing around. Faluzis had his stick tied up, and then it ends up in the hands of the Indians, but they can't clear.
Everybody lost focus on it behind the net. It sat there for a little bit.
Robbins' shot deflected on the high drive there from Manapelli. It's Manapelli, Desort, Faluzis out there up front for the Trojans. They can't keep it in the offensive zone for now. Half minute gone on the penalty to Zach Wood of Indiana. 2 for hooking. Robbins casually through center. Shot around the wall. Taking it, Owen Leidick. Right into a couple of Trojans though. Desort. Backhand dish. Big windup and a shot intentionally wide, it looked like, from Robbins, but none of his teammates were in range. Manapelli kept it moving on a spinning play, but it ends up bouncing right to the blue paint. O'Connor gets the whistle. 4:02 to go in the second, 56 seconds to go on the penalty to Indiana. And a 4-4 game, 3 goals combined in this period after a 5-goal first. This is our third tie of the game. It was 1-1, 3-3, and now 4-4. Malis, wild shot from the corner. Not gonna work, but Trojans keep it going on this power play, their first of the game. Gardner from the corner. They play from below the goal line a bit. Schaefer off a leg, or pardon, that was actually Alessandro, I should say. I believe Schaefer is out tonight. Haven't seen him on the ice. It's a big missing piece, especially on the power play, because he has 4 power play goals on the year for John Hoffman's Trojans. Intercepted by Indiana. It's Nettleton. Nettleton, shorthanded chance to the forehand. Didn't score. It's held out on a scissor move by McFadden. I thought that was going to be in, but somehow McFadden made the save of the night. Good. Ben Nettleton, an opportunity for his first shorty of the season, and Indiana's 4th of the year, or 5th of the year, but not to be.
Yeah, he tried to shove it in short side there after a little bit of a deke in front on McFadden. Tried to stuff it in around the pad, and McFadden just able to get on top of it and hold on to it. Good play.
Not really a game for goalies, but that one is a highlight. 3-on-1 for North Catholic maybe. Make it a 3-on-2. Gardner lines one up off the blocker hand of O'Connor. And the Indians get one last clear here. Actually, was that after the power play? No, it was right at the end, so no icing. 3 minutes even to go in the second. North Catholic comes up empty on its first power play chance. Robbins, the lob, Gardner on the run but can't get there. Can't beat Owen Leidick to that puck. And now Malis overskates on this near wing. Indians can break it out. Tanner Agnello has had plenty of looks in this game. In deep, Brody, ridden off the puck by Smith. Now Smith banged into by Agnello, and Smith goes down. Smith gets right back up. Hard play near side, someone lost a mouth guard. Meanwhile, the puck's over toward the goal and dispatched by Robbins up the far wing. Malis, great move. Malis again to his backhand, but couldn't complete that maneuver. Leidick used a good stick. Here's Eisenhower for Indiana. 2 minutes left in the second. Eisenhower trying to break the tie. Eisenhower put it in the skates of the defender Faluzis. Faluzis, unfazed by that, broke it up. Smith all the way back to the Indiana line. Quick up here, Corbin Wilson. Right-handed shooter, Wilson offline with that shot. Off the corner boards and right back out to neutral ice. Woods lifted backhand. Here's Zach Eisenhower, 19 goals to lead the team. Looking for number 20, just missed. Big vibrant rebound off the end boards and swatted away, out of danger by Chris McFadden, the North Catholic netminder. Indiana still trying to make something of this. They just might. Wilson lost control to Faluzis. Faluzis up the near wing. On the charge is Desort. Desort had the first goal of this game a long time ago at this point. 1:12 to go. A lot of continuous action. Here's a lead pass. Wilson trying to get in behind. Couldn't beat Pontello, who reached in with that stick and just swatted it to the corner. Surgical with that defensive move was Pontello. To the far corner, Varley. Under a minute to go in the second. Varley, and now Desort wipes out one of the Indians back behind the play. Ethan Agnello, he's a little upset about that. He thought the check came too high. He goes off for a change. Here's a 1-on-3 rush for Zach Brody of Indiana. Under 40 seconds now. Getting close to that ice cut. Both teams have torn it up offensively. 4-4 tie late in the second. Now under 30. Agnello, the drag on the forehand, now lost control. Pontello clears it around but not out. Woods, bouncing puck to the circle. Fed out to center by Malis. Now 12 seconds. Williams takes a lead pass. Tanner Williams the cut in. And his stick lifted by Walzer. 4 seconds. To the corner. Agnello, does he have any gas left? Does put it on line from the corner and nearly created an offensive chance. Pad save by McFadden, and time ran out before anything else could come of that. The shots are 39 for Indiana, make it 40 actually on that last little chance. 40 through 2 periods for the Indians. Just 11 for the Trojans, but it's 4-all after 34 minutes. Back for what's sure to be a thrilling conclusion to this one on Berg Hockey Live after this break. Thanks for sticking with us late night on a Tuesday up here in Cranberry at UPMC 66. go get a drink of water.
Brian Mitchell back here at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. Time for the out-of-town scoreboard. We only got 2 classes going today. Of course, AAA, the big one. Cathedral Prep leading Central Catholic at Mercyhurst Ice 7-3. Cathedral Prep just needs a point to clinch a playoff berth. Looks like they're well on their way to clinching the 5th playoff berth in the AAA circuit. Let's look in on that game, see what we've got going on score-wise. Jordan Adams opening up the scoring 18 seconds in for Cathedral Prep, 1-0. Paul Lunick for Central Catholic tied things up at 7, but only 17 seconds later, Krzeski scored to make it a 2-1 game. Hayden Cox made it 3-1 with 16:38 expired in the first. Then into the second, it was Jordan Adams once again at 4:13, followed by Michael Sawicki from Central Catholic. 4-2 at the cut there. And coming up at the end of the game, it's actually over now. Cathedral Prep has officially clinched a playoff berth in Class 3A. Austin Faulkner, Jared Aylesworth, and Eric Schwab scored in the third for Cathedral Prep, and Rocco Salvitti got the goal for Central Catholic. 7-3 final. Cathedral Prep clinches a playoff berth here in the AAA of the PIHL. And then going to single A, Westmont Hilltop defeated Beaver 2-0 at the First Summit Arena at the War Memorial today. Wheeling Catholic falls to Norwin once again, 13-2. Bishop McCourt over Fox Chapel 5-2 at Alpha Ice. Indiana and North Catholic back and forth. Of course, that's a big one. Norwin and Bishop McCourt both getting wins today. Looks like they're going to move together once again and stay that really close division. I'll say they both had gimmies today, but 27 points for each of them. And Bishop McCourt with a game in hand on the Norwin Knights. So pay attention to that race as we go on. 1 hosts 2 in the Northeast, which right now looks like it's going to be the Kiski Cavaliers. And number 2 faces whoever wins the division. Indiana is currently leading that division, and important how this game ends for the Indians, as Kiski is right on their tail, and Kiski will have 2 games in hand after this contest, so you'll have to pay attention and see how that one plays out. Right here, it's 4-4 between Indiana and North Catholic. I am Brian Mitchell. This is your out-of-town scoreboard. We'll have players back on the ice momentarily. The legend will be on the call.
Third period on tap from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. I'm Matt Gajtka with Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live, coming to you from high above the FedEx rink, where Indiana and North Catholic are deadlocked at 4 through 2 periods. Plenty of players on the score sheet tonight, we can say that much. I'll start with North Catholic, the home side. 5 players with 2 points, led by a couple of goals for defenseman Evan Robbins. Also a goal and an assist for Ro Alessandro, and same line for Dominic Desort. 2 helpers apiece for Tay Malis and Brock Varley. 36 saves for the goaltender, Chris McFadden. Yes, 36, and we still have a period to go. On the Indiana side, also, the Indians have spread out the scoring quite well with 4 players with a couple of points. Tanner Agnello and Danny Williams with a goal and an assist each. Daniel McAnulty and Zach Eisenhower picked up a couple of helpers apiece. Orlando Clark also an assist. Corbin Wilson has a goal. Should have mentioned on the North Catholic side too, Mario Smith with an assist as well. Don't want to leave him out. Tough to leave anybody out, and well, on a night like this where, like I said, the scoring has been so spread nicely between the 2 teams. The shot disparity continues to stand out. It's 40-11 for Indiana. And like we said in the second period, as we get going here for the third, I think the Indians have to feel like they played well. They just have to keep it up. And for North Catholic, maybe they feel like they're playing with found money right now and nearly given away there by the Indians. Seamus O'Connor got confused there with his defender, Michael Castro. Castro tried to rip it away from his grasp and nearly led to a tap-in goal for North Catholic. Trojans in white with the gold and the red trim. Indiana in black with red and white. Tay Malis, centering play for North Catholic down to our left. Intercepted by Castro. Castro to Eisenhower. Eisenhower ahead. This is Williams, who has the last goal in this game. Danny Williams scored it with 7 minutes to go in the second period. This is the longest stretch without a goal that we've had in this game.
Yeah.
We had 3 goals in 3 minutes to start things. That set the tone. 2 of those were for Indiana, 1 of those for North Catholic. North Catholic, to be frank, looked heavy-legged at the start, but better in the second period. And Indiana's been pretty even throughout. Zach Wood on the puck retrieval behind his net. Relay pass from Wilson to Eisenhower, a little bit ahead of Eisenhower, but Wilson will catch up to this attempted clear on the far wing. Couldn't make anything happen. Walzer for North Catholic. Walzer to Varley. Varley couldn't get it out. Creeping down was Nettleton, and Nettleton has played a strong game. Nettleton leans in, draws the penalty. Indiana's going to go to the advantage here. I think that was Walzer who yanked him down. Goalie's off the ice on the bench. O'Connor allowing a 6th skater to come on for Indiana. Nettleton cycling it deep. Clark bumped and knocked down. Puck taken by Dominic Desort, but on the touch. North Catholic goes short for the 3rd time in this game. First time since the first period, though. Indiana 1 for 2 on the power play. And the guilty party is Walzer. Off for a hold. Just about 2 minutes into the 3rd period. Indiana in search of its 3rd lead of the game and 2nd power play goal. And off they go with it with full possession. Nettleton couldn't keep it, but the puck ended up down low. Corbin Wilson lost control, and Gartner will clear to the red line. Near side Williams waits for his teammates to get onside. Williams pulls up. Good little play there to find Wilson with Nettleton over on the far wing. Put some aerial on that pass to Tanner Agnello. Agnello a goal and an assist so far, as I mentioned earlier. Wilson, Eisenhower in front, couldn't take the pass. Williams now. Williams, backdoor. Play worked before for Indiana, but not that time. Tanner Agnello down deep. This is Eisenhower. 8 power play goals, 4 power play assists on the season. Tanner Agnello with the shot. Rebound skipped right by that man, Eisenhower. But now he recollects in the corner. Eisenhower cross-rink pass. Deflected up into the air. Glove down, though, by Williams to the far side. And again, it's Zach Eisenhower. to the point. Tanner Agnello over to Ethan Agnello. Tanner Agnello, far side. Eisenhower, 50 seconds to go on the power play. In front, save McFadden on the redirect by Wilson, and no further play. 13:53 to go in regulation time.
He needed to be sharp. Did you see the puck movement on that play? How well that they were cycling it up to the point, back down, finding the passing lanes, able to get it, trying to get it across, and then the shot through the slot. He had a hard time able to handle that one. Good save for McFadden.
The only shot on net during that power play, but like you said, tough to track. This is Desort. Dominic Desort, shorthanded, has some room and scores! The forehand move and the slick finish for Desort. Second of the game, 17th of the year to take over the team lead, and what a time for it.
Wow. Sheffield came in on the breakaway, cut to the net, waited O'Connor out, waited for him to go down as he was crossing, then just lifted his shot over his pad. 5-4, Trojans.
The Trojans have their second lead of the game, their 5th shorty of the season. It's Desort's 3rd, and you can see why with that combination of speed and hands. Left O'Connor waving. Just a lot of velocity coming in. Another penalty's coming up, though. Could be a 5-on-3 shortly if the Trojans get the stoppage, and they do. Brody hunting a rebound, not going to get there. McFadden pins it to the ice. But now trouble for the Trojans, who've just taken the advantage. This time it's Evan Robbins taking the penalty with 13:21 to go in the 3rd. Five-on-3 for the next 14 seconds for the Indians. Off the tie-up, they get to that puck. Wilson, center point, has Williams. Fed it to him. Williams pressured there, but forced it right through. Faluz is nearly clearing for North Catholic. Tanner Agnello skates around and creates some space, but he missed short side and cleared as it's back to a 5-on-4. Luke Gartner did the job coming off the bench. 13 minutes to go in the 3rd. It's Indiana's 4th power play. Indians need a conversion to tie this one up at 5. Corbin Wilson, soft pass far side. Nettleton turns away from the check of Smith. To the corner now. Wilson out to Tanner Agnello. Long shot, blocker save, rebound. McFadden reaching, lunging, puck was pried loose, but after the whistle sounded. 1:10 left on the penalty to Robbins. With North Catholic now protecting a lead, a rare spot for the Trojans today. They led for about 6 minutes in the second period, but for the most part, it's been either level or coming from behind.
Yeah, it's been a strange last couple minutes seeing the transition here. The shorthanded goal, now you have the opportunity on another extended power play for Indiana to try to get back in this one. But almost gave up another one there at the point.
Yes, Pontello cleared it, banged off the skate of Tanner Agnello and was sitting there up for grabs for a moment. Williams cross rink. Oh my, Eisenhower had about half the net to shoot at, but he put it right through the blue paint. He doesn't miss many of those, as evidenced by his 19 goals on the year. Williams wide open, coming out to make the save. McFadden, I should say, and then a rebound stop on Eisenhower too. Williams again shooting, another rebound available. Nettleton behind. Eisenhower off of McFadden.
Almost got one thrown in there.
Eisenhower doing everything but scoring on this shift, on this 4th power play, and second of a back-to-back power play situation. Eisenhower prevents the clear even. Working like a dog, making the pass. Wilson couldn't snipe it top shelf. He put it off the glass. Frantic action. Tanner Agnello, 12 seconds left on the power play for Indiana. Eisenhower closing, shooting, and again right through the crease, off the corner boards, and all the way down the ice, down to our left. Penalty is over. Back to 5-on-5. North Catholic survives. This will be a tough one to take if it ends up in the L column for Indiana. I know that much. Still a ways to go, but seeing these circumstances pile up. Eisenhower now takes a slash as he turns it over. End of his shift. Desort cuts in, and Maybe a second penalty in the same sequence? No, just the slash. You really could have called 2 there against Indiana, and we've seen it happen before, but not in that spot. Cody Brightbell just makes the slashing signal. North Catholic is going to go to the advantage.
Desort just showing why he's an all-star out there, able to pick up and contain the the offensive pressure as soon as he can get it down in the zone. Getting those breaks, hopefully trying to make something of it, and drawing the penalty to be able to get them the opportunity to open up that lead.
For all the goals in this game, just the second power play for North Catholic. It's been mostly at even strength for both sides. But the go-ahead goal right now was scored shorthanded for the Trojans. And now they try to convert again on the special teams. Michael Manapelli to the point in Robbins. Manapelli quickly goes cross-rink. This is Smith. Smith down low off the skate of Desort, who corrals in front, and a backhand shove try from Faluzis was stopped by O'Connor. O'Connor has just faced 15 shots in this game. 5 have gotten by him. Desort tried to kick it to his stick, nearly did, fully stretched out. That would have been impressive. Now Desort takes this loose disc. Desort couldn't make the pass to the corner, gets it back again. Cross rink, they score! What a play! Manapelli to Faluzis on the back door. And it's the first multi-goal lead of the game for North Catholic. The Trojans convert the power play with 10:16 left in regulation.
That was just a maximum effort goal there. Had the opportunity in front to stuff it home, and you took it. You had to give it a couple whacks there on O'Connor, but was able to get it past him and get that 2-goal lead.
Desort to Manapelli to Faluzis. Tic-tac-toe it goes, and it's 6-4 North Catholic. And the Trojans, this would be their most unlikely win of the season, I would say, just on the surface, not having watched any of their games previous to this. But to be outshot right now by 32 and be leading by 2, not exactly a likely formula. Here's a steal. Colafella for the 7th. That's off the arm of O'Connor and to the side wall. Remember that save if Indiana's able to muster a rally here in the 3rd. Indiana led 3-1. Now down 6-4. Eisenhower, a sharp shot, blockered away by McFadden, who appears to be getting stronger as the night goes along. That's his 44th save. Wood to the net, off a stick, and Eisenhower pounces on it, or McFadden, I should say. 9:26 left in the 3rd. Now 49 shots for Indiana.
Yeah, it's amazing that North Catholic was able to come out here and do what they've done in the 3rd period so far. It looked like it was going to be Indiana again early in the period with the penalties to North Catholic, but unfortunately they took advantage of the penalties and breakdown in some of the coverage by the Indians for that shorthanded goal, and then that 2nd goal right there was able to give them a nice sizable lead.
Tossed out of danger by the Trojans and Alessandro. We've seen Indiana be quick on the counter tonight, especially early. Wilson, almost a rodeo there in the corner. They're tying up with Alessandro. Quick up. This is Tay Malis rimming it around. Smith steps 2, takes a hard check there from Castro. D on D action there on the side, right in front of the Indiana bench. Smith receives this pass. Now he's bumped hard, this time from Wilson, but Smith moved it along. High shot from Malis, and O'Connor, after an initial bobble on that headhunter, knocks it down to hold on. 8:40 to go. Indiana needs 2 to tie.
Just hit the 50-shot plateau. Did Indiana.
The face-off controlled by Faluzis and the Trojans, but Walzer fanned on the attempted shot from the point. Back to regroup, Tyler Pontello rounds his net. Now the Trojans looking good on the breakout. It wasn't happening in the first for him, but they have stretched out and found their legs, especially here in this 3rd period. Check from behind against the Indians. That'll put the Trojans back on the advantage with 8:20 left. We didn't see a lot of penalties until this 3rd, but now 2 for either side.
You got to start watching now. You can't let the emotions control you here. Indiana's going to need these 2 points. Gonna need 2 goals to get close to getting those 2 points, however, 3 to get them. You don't want to have to give the opportunities up to North Catholic here.
Yeah, good point. Indiana is just 2 ahead of being out of the playoffs right now. Shot off the rebound by Smith. He couldn't get it on target. Or pardon, that was Gartner, I should say, from the corner.
They're 4 up on Fox Chapel, who lost today.
4
right
up,
now,
pardon
that's
me.
gonna roll.
Shot gets through, and it nearly went into the net.
Penalty shot.
Penalty shot. It was covered up by a skater in the blue paint.
Yep. Penalty shot is called on the ice. Here we go.
Penalty shot for North Catholic coming up, and well, one of the Trojans is incensed. Tay Malus. I don't know what he's saying, but something happened.
He's going to take a penalty.
Well, no, they're going to talk it over here. You might be right, actually.
They opened up the box.
The door is open.
They might have taken a personal, a unsportsmanlike here.
And if that happens, the penalty shot still stands,
Yes.
but the manpower would go back to level. Well, no penalty.
No penalty on the play. There is still a penalty shot, however. Let's see who they get.
The penalty shot awarded to North Catholic as the point shot, and I believe that was Pontello who took it, trickled through O'Connor right in the blue paint it laid, and tough to blame the Indians for being desperate. And they probably saved a goal for now, but of course, if this goes in, then it'll be for naught. But of course, you can't know that. You want to give your goalie a chance, perhaps, when the puck was behind him and he didn't have a chance on the scramble.
So we're waiting to sort this out. Who's going to take it? And
2 Indiana penalties to announce. First, on number 31, Owen Little. It's 2 minutes for a cross-check. Most recently, delay of game number 6, Zach Wood.
Zach Wood gets called for the delay of game, which will lead to a penalty shot. So it's not going to be a 2-minute penalty, but they had to announce it per PIHL regulations. Delay of game for covering a puck in the crease. Not legal for a guy who's not the goalie. And it will be the man who was so hot coming out of that pack. It appears Tay Malus, sophomore with 10 goals on the year, will take this penalty shot. The lefty shooter scoops it up at center and moves in against Seamus O'Connor. Malus, score! 7-4, and he points to the net to signal good goal. You can tell there's still some bad blood going on there. Malus now yells at the Indiana bench as he skates by. Cody Brightbill, the referee, trying to make sure nothing happens from all this. North Catholic, what a comeback. That's now 7 goals on 21 shots. The penalty shot converted. I'm not sure, Mitch, is that technically a power play goal?
yeah, that'll count as a power play goal. It happened during the advantage. There was already an advantage on the table, too. So
Not that it's terribly pertinent. Well,
that will be a power play goal.
It might be pertinent because I don't think that allows Leidick to escape the box, though.
No, it does not.
So in one way, it is a power play goal, but not in the traditional sense that it ends the power play.
It's a strange dynamic, but also another another penalty was called on the play. No, the Leidick's was the initial power
Right,
play,
they still had not announced that
Yeah.
until the stoppage for the delay of game. Penalty shot goal. Tay Malus is 11th of the year.
Sorry, I got to reset the camera, guys.
3-goal lead for North Catholic, and it's still a power play for the next 90 seconds. Desort to the middle, and Faluzis pulls it away from pressure. Desort does the same. Mario Smith, shot was blocked. Tanner Agnello, and he cleared it right by the glove of Smith. Out to stop this before it reached the goal line, Chris McFadden. McFadden to Robbins, Robbins to Desort. Too far for Manapelli to latch on to. 7.5 minutes to go in the third.
It is not considered a power play goal.
Okay,
I
not
just got a
officially.
text message about that.
I have a feeling I know who sent that to you.
Yeah.
Man who knows his stuff from the
Yes.
league, Mr. Fryer.
The league's watching us right now. I got to be on my best behavior,
Well,
I
hey,
guess.
it's good to know. I actually
Yeah.
wasn't sure because I hadn't seen one of those in a game that I've called where it was a special team situation when the penalty shot was awarded. Was pretty sure the penalized player wasn't allowed to escape the box, though. So Malus takes a check here as he tried to duck under. And now Malus laid a forearm shiver into Tanner Agnello. Of course, keep an eye on that because there's some anger out there on the ice right now. And we're not sure exactly why. Faluzis, besides the usual hockey-related stuff. A lot of times it doesn't have to be much of a reason.
Yeah.
Just playing hockey leads to the emotions rising. Ethan Agnello for Indiana, shorthanded. Now the power play expires. Indiana kills it off. North Catholic now 1 for 3 on the night, but with a 3-goal lead. Gartner canceled out in the corner by McAnulty. Daniel McAnulty. He's leveled himself. Strong check, but the play continues up ice for Indiana. Wilson to Nettleton. Chance here. Back to Wilson. Wide open. Couldn't stuff it in against McFadden. Indiana needs a goal in a terribly urgent way at the moment. Wilson lassoed it, dished it. McAnulty's shot blocked down by Malus, who leaped out at that one practically. Leidick back to the point. Leidick's out of the box. The captain for the Indians scans his options under some pressure from behind as Rister was weakened on the way. Still stopped by McFadden anyway. 53 shots on net for Indiana. The Indians have 4 goals, but they've given up 7. North Catholic trying to make it 10 games in a row with at least a point and 5 games in a row in the win column. Wilson will take this sharp pass out of his own end by Michael Castro. Wilson goes cross rink. Brody with Wilson joining, swatted away from both of them. Pontello clicks it off the stick of Brock Varley. Varley to Faluzis. Faluzis cross rink to his offline mate Dominic Desort. Desort scored the shorthanded goal earlier in this third period that put North Catholic up, and it appears to put North Catholic up for good in this one. Now under 5 to play in the third. North Catholic already going to the playoffs, already assured of the top seed in the Northwest Division of Class A. Here's a sharp steal, but turned right back over. Colafella picked the pocket of the Indians' Wilson, I believe it was. Tanner Agnello reaches out to take this pass from Castro. Agnello for Indiana. Burrows into the corner. Slams on the brakes, Agnello. Turning this way and that. Rister was rejected by Robbins at point blank. Behind the goal, Zach Brody. Brody to Agnello. Couldn't get a clean shot off. Down to one knee. Zach Wood wristing. Off a North Catholic leg. And cleared by Robbins. Right on net, too, as an added bonus for the home team. Leidick just trying to get rid of it quickly and move it up ice. He has his man, Zach Eisenhower. Eisenhower to the overlapping Wolf. And Reed Wolf puts it head high on McFadden. Easy save for him, and he holds on.
Here's the official reasoning. If he doesn't give me anything, he gives me the actual roll for it.
I love it.
Not a power play goal because penalty shots are always considered even strength. The shot restores the opportunity taken away and negates the penalty on the play. It's like scoring on a delayed penalty.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Well, that makes a little more intuitive
Gives you
sense
the
if you're
answer.
familiar with the rules of
Yeah.
hockey. Yeah. Thank you, Dave. He's going to give him a shout out anyway. He's become a direct part of the broadcast. He's our own version of Mike Pereira.
He did color one night for me.
Oh, I don't doubt that, but we could have him as the third man in the booth, have him call in. We'll plug him into the board.
I can do that.
We could actually do that, yes. Ro Alessandro makes this dish. And now North Catholic just wants to play keep away as much as it can, if possible. Michael Manapelli with the shoot in. Manapelli, one of only 3 seniors on this North Catholic team, nearly had a goal in front, but he couldn't handle it on the chance that skidded to him. Malus' wrister was blocked. Malus gets it right back. Malus to the line, and Pontello guides it deep. Over on far wing, Walzer, the left-handed D-man on the right side, made a good backhand play, but it's forced right back past him. 2:48 left in the third. Indiana had 3 of the first 4 in this game. Since then, North Catholic has scored 6 of 7. This offense that averages 6 goals a game is past that. And it has 18, does North Catholic, and it's past 2 games. Watch out in the bench. That wrist shot from Wood of Indiana hit a body out high. I want to say that was Malus and was blocked into his own bench and nearly picked off one of his teammates or possibly one of the coaches. John Hoffman, the head coach, assisted by Brent Babarich and Rich Pontello, also listed as an assistant, although there's just a couple of men in suits behind the bench tonight for this 9-10 start. Late night action. We talked about it being a long ride here for Indiana. Now trying to salvage something here. Tanner Agnello, backhand, hit the post. Great move, couldn't finish. Ethan Agnello, unable to pry it free. Outstanding pass from Ben Nettleton, too, on that 2-on-1. Back down to our right for Indiana. 2:20 and ticking to go in the third.
50 saves for McFadden.
I don't know what it is about us and goalies with a large amount of saves. What did we see? 56 from the Duquesne goalie, Alex Nevervee, last Friday in our college debut for Berg Hockey Live. The puck was pinned down at the end wall. You don't often see that in today's game, but apparently under a ton of bodies and no one was getting up. So play stopped with 2:03 showing on the clock down to our left.
Yeah, frustration's just starting to boil over down behind the net. They had to separate a couple players who were jaw-jacking a little bit. So, yeah, we'll wait and see.
Ruled to be Indiana's fault, so to speak, that the puck was frozen, so the face-off will be in the neutral zone. Cody Brightbill put his fellow ref Music in an embrace there. I'm liking the ref love we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, they are. They are.
These two guys like each other. You can tell.
They moved off camera too. That's kind of scary. No,
well, I saw in the pregame too. They had a special handshake. I've noticed that a couple of times with these two guys.
There's pairings out there that do that type of stuff, especially the ones that you'll see in the postseason. Bright Bull and Music are 2 that I've noticed over the past couple years. So you're going to see them in the postseason. They pair them up so that they're common with each other. I was just speaking with a couple people about that the other night.
It's good policy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would think so.
You're going to start seeing them a lot more often here.
Shove try looking for their 8th is North Catholic, but Falouzas couldn't convert. Now the chase back. Orlando Clark still hustling well for Indiana, leaving it all on the ice tonight. And hey, why not? They don't play again until next Tuesday. Both these teams have the rest of the week off. Indiana will be at Swickley next Monday, pardon me. So they'll play that at the Army Island Sports Center. And North Catholic travels to Wheeling Park, as I mentioned, next Tuesday.
And I have our broadcast next week already. Well, mine. I don't know if you're going to be on it yet. You haven't.
Oh.
I don't know what your plan is, but we do have a.
Fill me in, my friend.
I'll be at Barrel Ice Complex on Monday. It'll be Bethel Park in North Allegheny in the opening game, because we haven't seen Bethel Park yet, the Blackhawks, and North Allegheny working on that possibility of getting that #1 seed. And then we'll follow up with a Class B matchup, Central Valley and Avonworth. So, yeah, we're going to go up to Barrel and catch some action on a Monday.
I'll discuss that with my agent. We'll get back to you. Williams will shoot, and that's blocked.
Yeah, your people
Smith
can call my people, and we can figure out what we're going to do.
I just have one person who may have something to say about that at home.
Well, 2.
2, but one who can form more of a coherent thought at this point. 24 seconds left in the third period. And why are we talking about other things? Because the horse is officially out of the barn. As they say, North Catholic's about to wrap this one up. Smith shot it off a body. Center ice drive from Malus. Bodied down by O'Connor. One last rush for Indiana. But the Indians, who started this game so well, aren't going to be able to come back from a hard-finishing North Catholic squad. Trojans win it 7-4. 6 of the last 7 goals in this game go to the home team. Robbins had a pair. Dominic Desort had 2 goals and 2 assists, including the game winner, shorthanded early in this third period. Plenty of offensive heroes, really on both sides. And in goal, how about Chris McFadden, the senior for North Catholic, 50 saves on the night to pick up his 15th win of the year. North Catholic improves to 15, 1-1, now 22 points clear of Blackhawk for first place in the Northwest Division in its first year back at the varsity level in the PIHL Class A. As for Indiana, now 8-6-3, under 500 officially on the road at 3-4-1. Indiana, as you mentioned, Mitch, still 4 points clear of that final playoff spot.
Yes, Fox Chapel lost this evening, I believe, to Bishop McCourt, so they're still at 15 points. Indiana sitting at 19 points. However, Kiski off tonight, 2 games in hand on both of those squads. So the Cavaliers control their own destiny as they move along with only 1 point down on Indiana. So that division's going to go quite a bit down the road here.
So Kiski, yeah, they could really be the ones in control at this moment. And Indiana can still obviously make the playoffs, can still obviously finish first in the division, but the up and down season continues for Jordan Haynes' team, and they'll try to fix that as they head into their final 3 of the season. As for North Catholic, heavy legs at the start, maybe a bit of a sluggish beginning too mentally, but the Trojans, full credit, they work their way out of it, and that's what this game's all about. Sometimes you weather that storm. You get some good goaltending, that helps a great deal, and John Hoffman's team will take what I don't know is their most impressive win of the season, but might be one of their more satisfying, if not their most satisfying, to rally from 3-1 back, and looking like they didn't have much in the tank tonight. So you got to tip your cap and tap your stick to North Catholic.
You got to look at it this way. That Indiana team, now you don't look at the firepower the way it is, that's probably one of the more comparable teams to Thomas Jefferson in Class A, the way that they play the offensive style, their run and gun style, able to play on the, get down there on the cycle and do everything that they need to do. Now, they might not be at the level of Thomas Jefferson right now because Thomas Jefferson is playing in a different league as everybody else, but that's one of those teams you have to look at and have to close the season out with them for North Catholic. It's going to have to be, you're going to have to start take those licks, and Indiana definitely gave them the opportunity here, and McFadden stepped up to everything that he needed to.
Also want to mention Tay Malis had 3 points as well. So Malis and Desort lead North Catholic on a night when the offense again came to play. Well, that's it for us from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex. It's been our pleasure to bring you some Class A puck here from the FedEx rink at the Penguins' beautiful practice facility. For Brian Mitchell and, hey, Dave Fryer at home helping us out with some official rules updates.
He says he can't be in the same league as you because his cover's blown now.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, his cover's blown, doesn't stand worthy of sharing the same broadcast as the legend Matt Gajtka. That's what I received.
Wow.
Yeah, we talk a little bit here during the broadcast. We have a good time with it. All right.
Well, you know my name because you just said it. I'm Matt Gajtka. Good night from
I'm
Cranberry.
Brian Mitchell.
And he's Brian Mitchell. We'll talk to you next time on Berg Hockey Live.